What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. Today is finally the day I'll be giving you a first start on the 302 stroker build. I'm not going to get too much into it right now, but I will give you a cold start and my first impressions on the current setup. If you want to see everything that went into this build, check out, I think it was 2 videos ago now. I think I just titled, I'm starting a 4.6 to 5.0 stroker build, and in it I go over everything that I just did to the car. So with that, let's hear that cold start. Stick around for the end of this video for some revs, but for now I'm just going to go for a quick drive and give you my first impressions on the car. Alright, so now that we're on the road, first thing I want to talk about is that idle though. I don't know if it was clear in the video or not, but from this setup compared to my old setup, it does sound just a touch deeper. And also, it has a little bit more of a aggressive punch to it. Again, I can't really tell if you're going to be able to hear it in the videos or not. I'll put a clip up before and after just to kind of get a direct comparison. Yeah, I'm super happy with that idle. I am gonna get it adjusted when I get it tuned, which by the way it is not quite tuned yet, but it is on my old tune for, I think it was just like the cams and the long tubes and the injectors. It runs completely fine until about 2500 RPM, then everything after that it feels like it's starting to lean out or something, so I'm not really pushing the car today or anything, just going for a quick little drive around the back roads. The second thing is this twin disc clutch. I expected it to be completely different. I've seen videos of people driving twin discs and they seem to struggle with it for a bit. This clutch honestly feels like my original clutch that I had, which was just like a stage 1 organic clutch. Clutch was just a hair above the stock clutch I had. I just needed something a little bit beefier to be able to handle the cams. Until I do get it tuned, I've only been giving it, you know, like a quarter throttle, maybe half throttle to get going. But in, you know, the lower RPMs, I can tell that it's definitely way more aggressive. And it also sounds way more aggressive, especially just, you know, maneuvering parking lots or whatever, just trying not to stall, just giving it a little bit of gas here and there, and it just sounds unbelievable, to be honest. I can't wait to get it tuned though, so that I can finally give it some full throttle rips and feel what hopefully over 400 horsepower feels like. Alright, I'm just gonna drive with the windows down for a little bit, let you guys hopefully hear it. I'm not sure how good this GoPro is at picking stuff up, but anything until it's, you know, completely broken in. But it is kind of annoying. Every time I'm in fourth gear for whatever reason, it's just constantly moving. Oh yeah, the other thing, the reduced weight in the front end. I haven't really gotten around too many back roads until just now, actually, but it does feel kind of floaty when I'm just going down the highway or whatever, but on the back roads it does, you know, it does turn in a little bit faster than it did before. This car's always been slanted and been able to turn, but I am interested to see how it pulls once I actually have it tuned and can do a full pull. For now, I guess I'll settle for short shifting the hell out of it until I can actually drive it. That's just a thing for force cranks where the pilot bearing, I don't even know, receiver end of the crank is a little bit smaller just because it's forged metal or not, but yeah, I ended up needing to get Callie's to send me a different pilot bearing. They slightly modified it, just shaved the edges off the, I just took an OEM pilot bearing and shaved the edges off of it, I believe. Also, the harmonic balancer didn't fit on the front end, so I had to take that to Napa, and they actually just bored it out just ever so slightly. I think it was like maybe a hundredth of an inch or something like that, and then it fit just right. Also, I bought some aftermarket motor mounts so that they'd be a little bit more solid than the I have, because they look like they've seen better days. And for whatever reason, the passenger side motor mount just didn't line up, so I ended up taking my original motor mount from the driver's side, I think, and just flipping it. It's either that or I used the original on that side and it worked for some reason. I think there's been so many parts that I've gotten and they're just wrong from, you know, aftermarket manufacturers, and then you gotta wait another few weeks until you get the right part. And just for reference, I started this build, I took the motor out in April of 2021, and it is now like the end of July in 2022. So that's how long it took from start to finish, just from, you know, shipping delays and mistakes that were made. made it home safely after driving about 70 miles. But after, you know, warming up for a bit, this is how the idle sounds now. Actually sounds like an old school stroker now. I guess now for what I promised at the beginning of the video, here's a couple of revs. I'm not going to give it, you know, too much. I'm not going to rev to the sky, but I am going to give it just a couple of quick taps. Definitely has a pretty good bark to her. With that, I think I'm going to end the video here. Let me know what you guys want to see next. I'm hoping to get a bass tune in the next week or two. That way I can maybe give it a little bit more, even though it is still going to be in the braking period for another like 400 miles or something like that. Yeah, I think that's about it. Let me know what you think of the car too. It does sound ridiculous now, so not that it didn't before, but now it's pretty crazy. If you want to see more about this build, please hit that subscribe button. And thank you. Goodbye.